Satnam everyone, thank you for joining me today for yoga. Today's practice is going to be a yoga or a Kriya to master your domain with a meditation for action. So if you could just come into the space. Again, my name is Keisha. Thank you for joining me today for Kundalini Yoga. So if you can place yourself in rock pose, which is just simply sitting on your heels. And today we'll start today's practice in rock pose. So just place your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath. And while we're taking these breaths, make sure you have everything you need to make yourself comfortable, like water, a blanket, a chair. Some of these poses can be done in a chair and yoga block. Anything that's going to make practice easy for you today. Your breath is at your regular pace. Pay attention to your energy and what it's feeling like for you right now at the beginning of our session to compare it to how you feel at the end. So we're going to begin by tuning in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And that is a way of us calling in our higher consciousness. And so even before we do that, we want to give honor to the ancestors and to the ones who held on to the language, the Gurmukhi language, so that we can use these practices for our benefit today. So take a breath with me. And then the posture will be prayer pose. So rub your hands together to get all those meridians going. Palms to touch, hands against your chest. And we'll begin by tuning in, taking a breath. Starting now. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Again. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last time. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take an inhale, take an exhale, bring your hands down to your knees. Okay, so today we're going to start with some warm-ups. And so we're going to start with neck rolls. We can remain in rock pose. And so you simply want to take an inhale and have your right ear touch your right shoulder. Take an inhale and then roll your neck back. Exhale. Inhale. Starting now. Taking a few minutes here to loosen up all that fluid so that the energy can flow up to your brain. So continue there. In the next few minutes or a few seconds, we're going to go in the opposite direction, leading with the left ear to the left shoulder. So give yourself a few more seconds here, working that right side. Allow everything, the cracking and the popping and the fluids and the noises you're hearing in your neck, allow it to happen. Prepare to go in the other direction. Now, inhale, left ear to left shoulder, alternating the neck, rolling the neck. Inhaling, remembering the breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. At your own pace. It could be fast, it could be slow. Today's warm-ups are going to warm up our whole body because the Kriya is going to use a lot of our body today. Go ahead and come to center. Take a breath, be still. Let the energy that just started flowing from the neck flow. So still sitting in rock pose. And if rock pose is uncomfortable, you can go sit in easy pose, which is here. Or you can sit in a chair as well. But I'm going to stay in rock pose just to keep it interesting. So then with shoulder shrugs, which we're going to go into next, is you're going to take an inhale and then you're going to make your shoulders reach up to your ears and then drop them. And so you're building up tension to release it, to counter all the tension that's already there. So begin now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And it could be fast or it could be slow. Follow your breath, whatever your energy level is. Nice. Keep going at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Trying to keep your spine straight. And the only thing that you're moving is your shoulders. And it can be easy, or it could be fast. And your hands are in your lap or on your knees, depending how you're sitting. The rest of you should be relaxed and all the tension should build here. It's under a minute left. Nice. It's under half a minute left. Amazing. Go ahead and bring yourself to center. Inhale. Suspend the breath for a minute. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. Shake them out if you need to, because you created all that tension in them. Take a moment here before we move to our next exercise. So then I'm going to, if you're not already, I'm going to move to easy pose. Just cross-legged position. Being comfortable sitting on the ground. You'd be amazed at people who are just uncomfortable sitting on the ground. So allow yourself to be comfortable sitting on the ground. So now we're going to get into some waist rolls. And then what those are is we're going to be raising the energy from our back, our lower spines. And so what you want to do is take an inhale. And then leading with your chest, your heart center. Rolling the waist. Keeping your center. Keeping your bottom centered. And you're just moving your waist. Your hands are either on your knees or on your shins. And you're just rolling. And you can start now. Inhale. exhale. Inhale, exhale. And maybe you cannot do the full extension today, so maybe it's just a little whine. Just a little one to your comfort level. But this is the full extension. So we're strengthening our digestive system and the muscles in the waist and in our backs. Nice. Continuing that motion. Rolling your waist to the right. In just a few seconds, we're going to go in the other direction. Starting now, wherever you are, leading with your chest, alternating to the left. Beautiful transition. Inhaling, exhaling, floating on wherever you're comfortable. And maybe it's just little rolls. Beautiful. Just under half a minute left. Come to center, take a breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, suspend the breath. Hold it for a minute and release. Take a moment here before we go into our next warm-up. 2 more warm-ups before we get into our Kriya. So the next warm-up we're going to do is frog pose, and it's going to help stimulate all that energy we have already generated, and it's going to help with elimination, creativity, your sexuality, and your personal health and your will. And we're going to circulate all the energy. So in order to get in frog pose, we're going to come to standing. So safely come onto your hands and knees, rotating your toes over, using your arms to lift yourself up to standing. All right. And so frog pose looks like this. Your heels are going to be together. You're going to come into your toes, and you're going to come down onto your fingertips, and your heels are together. The side view looks like this. Heels are together. If you need some assistance, you could use the back of a chair. You can even use this yoga prop. I'll start with the yoga prop, yoga block. So with heels together, standing up straight. First, this is the full expression. Coming down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. That's the full extension. This is the modification. Arms straight, heels together on your toes. So starting now, you'll do a count of 15. Go at your own pace. Arms straight, inhaling and exhaling. And when you've gotten to your count to 15, suspend your breath and remain standing. Go at your own pace. Everybody's pace is different. And once you've completed your frog poses, you're going to come back down to the ground. So bending at the waist, bending at the knees, using your hands, come down gently, lowering yourself down to the ground, coming onto your knees, coming onto your bottom, back into easy pose. So our final warm-up is going to be spread stretch. So what you're going to be doing is stretching your legs as far as apart as possible, like so. And this is from the side. And then on the inhale, you'll inhale up and then reach for your toes, your shin, your ankle even, your thigh. Inhale, and those are your options for your reach. And then you'll alternate. Take an inhale. Your inhale is always in the center. Exhale to the other side. And we're going to alternate this for a few minutes, starting now. Beautiful. Keep going at your own pace. Beautiful. Taking a moment to pause in the center. Take a breath. Reach up. Now, as much as your legs are extended, reach down towards your toes. Stay there. Breathe up and down. Get your maximum stretch. So it should look something like this from the side. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Stay there for a minute. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. You're increasing flexibility right now. Beautiful. Stay there for a minute. A few more seconds. Feel the stretch. Reaching for your toes, your ankles, or your knees. Increasing your flexibility. Take an inhale, come up. Suspend the breath. Exhale completely. And taking your time, returning to easy pose with me. Okay, so for the Kriya, which is the master our domain, there's a couple of exercises, more than a few. And so the breath that's important for this Kriya is called the breath of fire. And so the breath of fire, I'm going to demonstrate what that is. So to start, you can start with your tongue out, and then you're going to be using your navel center to generate the breath. And it's a fiery, heat-producing breath to release, to help release whatever needs to be released. You get to figure that part out. So starting with your tongue out, like a dog almost, and you'll breathe at least try to take 1 to 2 breaths a second, like so. So you eventually want to have your mouth closed and have the breath come through the nose, like so. So all that movement I'm generating from my navel center. And you know your babies were attached to your navel center. So it's strong and it can do it. So that's going to be the breath. But the body work or the release is going to be you laying flat on your back. And so you want to have an arch under here to protect your back from the movement. But if you have lower back problems, support your back by placing your hands under your bottom, like so. So this is the movement along with the breath. Your legs are going to be extended out in front of you, and you just simply raise your feet. Your toes are pointed straight up, so they're going to be back. So like so. That's the movement. About here, 90 degrees. That's the movement. Now, as you do the movement, incorporate the breath. Keep going at your own pace. Raising your legs at your own pace, trying to maintain the breath. Beautiful. The breath is releasing and creating the energy flow. Toes facing straight up. So you're strengthening your navel center right now, which is the seat of your personal power. And that powerful breath quickens the effect of the exercise. Keep going, less than a minute left. With your legs straight up in the air, take the inhale, hold the breath for a second, suspend the breath. Lower your legs to your ground as you exhale slowly. Beautiful. Take a few breaths here. Feel what just happened. Now, remaining in that position, we're going to stay there and keep the breath. The difference being now, you're going to alternate the leg. So let's get into the motion of it. Each leg comes up, alternate. Starting here. And then you want to incorporate that breath again, like so. Maintaining the breath. Keep going at your own pace. Let's do this together for a bit. Beautiful. Feel the work in your lower abdomen. Releasing what needs to be released. Maintaining the breath. Nice. keeping the breath. It's a fast-paced breath to accelerate the process of the workout. Beautiful. Just under a minute left. Trying to maintain the breath. On your next inhale, suspend the breath. Release the breath. And we remain relaxed for a second or two here. Experience what just happened. So if you can turn over to your left or your right hand side, using that hand to come up into sitting position. And coming back into easy pose with me before we transition into the next pose. Giving yourself a minute here. Feeling the heat. I'm already sweating. Beautiful. Taking a breath. Inhaling, exhaling. So what we're going to do next is we're going to come onto our hands and our knees into cow position. So you can wrap your legs around and come into your hands and knees. And so this is what the posture looks like from the front. And this is the posture from the side. So you want to sink your stomach into the ground to form an arch in your back. And then on the inhale, you're going to reach your leg up as high as you can. Exhale. Inhale, opposite leg. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going at that pace. So now, as you got the movement down, incorporate that last breath of fire, but with the circled mouth. Like so. Keep going. Extending the leg as far up as possible, maintaining the breath. Your spine and your neck should be straight, and you feel a dip in your stomach towards the ground. And definitely feel the stretch in the waist. Beautiful. Under a minute left. Trying to maintain the breath. Beautiful. And your next inhale. Center yourself right there in the position. Take a moment. Beautiful. So staying in that position, we're going to maintain that breath, but now you're going to opposite. So when that left leg goes up, the opposite arm will come up like so. And this is what this looks like from the front. And you'll just alternate, maintaining that breath. Starting now. Challenge yourself. Side view. Under a minute left. Come to center. Take a pause, suspend the breath. Inhale. Come back on the rock pose. Sit on your heels. Inhaling and exhaling deeply and completely. Slowly returning to your own normal breath. Take your time. Nice. We're halfway there. So we're going to go back to frog poses, but we're only going to do 15. So come into your hands. Back in standing position. If you need a prop, feel free to use it. But the full expression is like so. So come to your count of 15. And when you're done, remain standing and taking a breath. So let's begin. Coming down on our fingertips, heels touching. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the stretch in the back of your thighs. I'm at 4. And when you're done, coming back into rock pose, finding yourself back into easy pose. Taking a moment. So for our next exercise, sitting in easy pose, we're going to keep our heads in line with our spine. So you'll be sitting with this spine is still, everything in alignment. And then you'll raise your hand straight up on the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just stay here. Starting now. Now the thing here is to be using your navel center, trying to breathe from here. By just moving your arms. Everything should be straight. Now try to breathe powerfully. Releasing it. Under a minute left. Beautiful. Staying there. So then taking the inhale, suspending the breath. Gently lowering everything down to relax. Experiencing all that just happened. So the next posture of this exercise is sitting in easy pose. And your mudra is going to be Gyan mudra, which is using your thumb, your divine finger, and your index finger, your Jupiter finger, and bringing them to touch. Wisdom. This is the mudra. And you'll put them in both of your fingers and place on your knees. Now take a deep inhale. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Take that inhale deeply. Exhale. Maintaining that breath in that same pattern, breathing deeply and completely. Invoking wisdom. Straight spine. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale new life. Inhale newness. Releasing what's old and doesn't serve you anymore. And if you find your mind wanders for a second, chant Sat Nam, because truth is your name. You are the truth. Sat Nam. Sat. Exhale Nam. To settle the mind, focus on yourself. Sat Nam. Beautiful. On your next inhale, suspend the breath. Hold. Release. Release your mudra. And experience what just happened. The last of our exercises before we go into relaxation is a heart cross. So this is the position. Keeping your legs crossed, and I'll show you the modification, so I'll just show you here. Just going to take your hands and cross them over each other. Place that over your heart. And then take yourself back with your legs crossed. And if that's not possible, Leave your legs extended out in front of you. Stay there for just a few seconds, a few minutes. And the purpose of this is all that exercise, all that energy, to help it flow to your heart center. So focus on your heart center right now. Feel all that has happened and what that is for you at the heart center. You worked very hard right now, so show yourself some love. Take a breath, finish the thought, place your hands at your sides, and extend your legs out in front of you, because we're going to go into relaxation. And relaxation is important so that your body can incorporate all those movements and all that work that was just done. So take a breath, inhale and exhale. Hopefully you're already in a relaxed state. Starting with your fingers, relax your fingers, relax your toes, relax your forehead, the top of your head, relax your eyes, relax your nose, relax your cheeks, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your arms. Relax your stomach, your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your wrist. Everything's relaxed right now. Nothing is wrong. You are safe. Spend time with yourself, thinking about your intentions, what you're grateful for. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes around. Put a little smile on your face maybe because you got some relaxation. Move your arms and your legs. Begin to gently wake yourself up. Move your neck around. Just move around. Wiggle yourself a little bit. Reach your arms up over your head. Take a deep stretch, everything. And as you gently begin to wake yourself up, turn over to your left or your right side to come back with me in sitting position, easy pose to prepare for our brief meditation because we are ready to get into action. And that's what we're going to meditate about as we move forward. Take a few minutes to bring yourself back from relaxation. That was a beautiful few minutes. Okay, so our mudra for our meditation is going to be your hands in prayer position and your thumbs are against your chest at your heart center, pointing straight up. And your gaze or your eye focus is going to be at your brow point, your third eye. Then you're going to take the inhale, but your breath is going to be in sniffs of 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you should be pulling your navel up. And you'll continue with those breaths for the next few minutes. So with your hands together, with the deep inhale, exhale in sniffs of 4. Inhale. Exhale. Continue on with that pace. And if you find that your mind starts to wander, incorporate a mantra. Satanama. Satnam. Satanama. At your own pace. You're almost there. Try to make the breaths powerful and forceful, preparing you to take action with force. Meet yourself with your breath. as you go out today. Beautiful. The spine is still with gratefulness. Beautiful. Almost there. Just over a minute. Just under a minute left. Maintaining the breath and sniffs. Now on your next inhale, I want you to take the inhale, exhale, maintaining the posture. Inhale, hold the breath and press your palms together for about 50 pounds of weight. Relax. Maintaining your hands in prayer pose. Squeeze the palms of your hands together. Inhale. Maximum force. Exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling. Pressing your hands together with maximum force, preparing for action. Giving it all you got. Exhale. Place your hands down to your sides, on your knees. Inhaling, exhaling at your own pace with your own breath. Wonderful. So we're going to close out, but before we close out, I want to encourage you to continue with this practice maybe for 40 days to see how it impacts your life. Perhaps journal about the changes or the experience or the sensations you have after, during, and throughout the week after practicing. And again, this Kriya was to master your domain with the meditation to take action. So now that you've proven that you can master your space, now it's time to take it out into the world and do what you're supposed to do while you're here on the planet. So with that, we're going to close out with the long sat, short nam, because we're saying truth is our name, truth is our identity as we go out and do these things. So bringing your hands into prayer pose, taking the deep inhale, exhaling completely. And on the next inhale, we'll begin. Sat Nam. Again. Sat Nam. And the last time. Sat Nam. Bringing your thumbs to your forehead to touch. Bowing your head down to your mat to close off your practice. And thank you for allowing me to hold space for you today. And have a good day out there.